The race to oversee Indiana's elections now entering a whole new chapter.
Republican delegates gathered in Fort Wayne this weekend and chose Max Engling to be the Republican nominee for Secretary of State.
And so now after that, the focus is shifting ahead to November and what could become one of the state's most closely watched contests.
13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker has the story.
Wayne, Washington, Warwick, Warren are all released to go vote.
After 5 hours,
no one got 50% plus one, so we will need to vote again.
And 2 rounds of voting.
We have a winner.
Delegates at the 2026 Indiana GOP State Convention went in a different direction.
And our nominee for Secretary of State is Max Engling.
Rejecting incumbent Secretary of State Diego Morales in favor of Max Engling. In his speech before Saturday's vote, Engling warned delegates of how high the stakes are surrounding the race for Secretary of State.
If we lose this office, we can lose everything else.
After securing the nomination, Engling said as Secretary of State, he would have 3 priorities.
We're here to close the primaries, make sure that only citizens are voting in our elections, and then to stop the business fraud that we've seen around these shell trucking companies that have popped up around the state.
Heading into Saturday's convention, Bo Bai, the Democratic nominee for Secretary of State, showed up in Fort Wayne with his own message for delegates.
I'm going to ask for the vote of the 1,800 delegates in that convention hall today. There's something better that's possible here in Indiana.
Bai spoke about his priorities for the office should he win in November.
Hoosiers are ready for accountability and fundamental change in this office. That's why I'm going to open an independent audit on day 1 to clean up the corruption.
He wasn't the only candidate in town with hopes of appealing to disaffected Republican delegates who may have wound up disappointed with Saturday's results.
And I think both Democrats and Republicans and all those independents out there are looking for a place to go, and I'm that person, and I'm also easily the most qualified person for the race right now.
Former Republican Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard was also in Fort Wayne over the weekend. His campaign announced they'd collected over 52,000 signatures to get on the ballot as an independent candidate. 37,000 are required. Ballard said the convention results would not impact his campaign strategy or message.
We want to do the right thing by the voters. We want to open up voter choice for everybody now and into the future.
A second independent candidate, Libertarian Lori Schillings, will also be on the ballot. Schilling put out a statement saying her goal is to get 10% of the votes in November. By law, that would allow the Libertarian Party to be on the ballot in the primaries. In her statement, Schillings said in part, quote, "If you are unhappy with the choices the old parties have given you, don't stay home. Your vote has power. Use it to send a message they will be unable to ignore." With just 4 months until voters head to the polls, this race is expected to become even more competitive and increasingly difficult for Hoosiers to ignore as it emerges as one of the state's most closely watched contests. Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Thank you, Emily. And we do want to remind you that we're always keeping you updated on the latest political headlines across the state of Indiana. We have a show for that. It's called Crossroads Politics. There, we break down some deeper issues and topics. You can catch our latest episode right now on WTHR TV streaming app.